Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. This is Our Take. We are your hosts. I'm Ocean.
I'm Taylor.
And ladies and gentlemen, we got an initial impressions for you guys today. Marvel and Disney Plus's newest original show that just came out on June 21st, this past Wednesday. First episode of a 6-episode season, correct? Or event? Know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's like, because they market it as like, a 6-episode
It's a mini-series.
But, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you guys our initial impressions of the newly released show, Secret Invasion. The show is kind of like, I don't know if it was like super highly anticipated or whatnot, but I think the show is kind of like Marvel's attempt to get back to the old Marvel, like, or at least like
kind of
like mesh the two, the new Marvel and old Marvel or something. I don't know. We're gonna talk about it though. We're gonna do it in traditional fashion as always. Spoiler-free content first, then we'll dive into some scores, followed by good old-fashioned spoilers. So, Taylor, before we dive into the spoiler-free content, give us the cast list for this. Just the guys that we saw in the first episode.
Yeah. So first episode, let's see, we got Emilia Clarke plays character of Gia. Kobe Smulders as Maria Hill. Of course, Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. And then we also got Kingsley Benadir as Gravik. Ben Mendelsohn as Talos. Martin Freeman as Everett Ross again. I think we had a short cameo of Don Cheadle, right? With James Rhodes.
Yes, we did. We saw him talking. Oh, wait, hold on. That's a spoiler. My bad. But yes, we
do see him just for a little bit. Yeah. I think that's about it.
Alrighty, sounds good. Spoiler-free content. I don't know. Like for me personally, the biggest there's like a really big thing that it's kind of, I haven't really figured out if it's helping or hurting the show yet, and it basically, like, I don't remember anything about this storyline. You know what I mean? Like anything leading up to this,
right?
You know, because from what I can gather, a lot of it is based off of the events of Captain Marvel, and that movie was such a forgettable movie that when I'm watching this, part of me is struggling to like put the pieces together of who all these people are that as the show is unfolding is expecting us to know these established characters, but in my head I'm like, frick, I don't remember who this is or like why they're important or what the big deal is. So that like I said, I haven't figured out if it's helping or hurting yet, because sometimes it can be good because then it forces you to like really pay attention, and sometimes it can make you get more attached to certain characters.
Yeah.
But also sometimes it kind of takes you out of it because you're like, frick, I feel like I'm brand new to this story and they're like on chapter 10 when I haven't even started chapter 1 yet. You know what I mean? So, but outside of that, I thought it was a decent first episode. It intrigued me. I definitely want to watch more, find out where this goes. But it wasn't like out of this world amazing, I guess. I don't know. What did you think?
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of like anything. I know this is not S.H.I.E.L.D., but it's S.H.I.E.L.D. people.
Sure.
Anything that revolves around that, I just think is kind of dumb within the universe, because it's, I don't know, it's like really stretching the believability with a lot of things
of the agency.
This show kind of does a lot of that for me. I mean, it wasn't bad. Like I just thought it was just your average Marvel show.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of the characters that are involved or a lot of what the hell they're talking about and what's going on. But I haven't watched a lot of stuff, so that doesn't really matter to me. It's not even not knowing, like it's not super exciting. Like I don't know if I'll finish this, but I'll try to keep watching this.
Yeah.
Um, and then even in the beginning, I thought that the acting was really bad until I realized that it was like intentional for a specific character.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
But other than that, like, I mean, it's got like a lot of the darker tones that we talked about in
Yeah.
the trailer reaction, which is cool. It's cool, cool to see for Marvel, especially. But I mean, other than that, it's just seems pretty standard,
Yeah, I think so. I think the biggest thing that it could do to help itself is to really lean into those darker tones, right? Like what I'm hoping doesn't happen, but is probably the more likely of the two scenarios is that they're giving us this taste of the darker undertones, and then they're gonna be like, oh no, it's still like a Marvel, the people that nobody dies, nobody like gets hurt really, and everything is just gonna be all hunky dory.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of been Marvel's MO as of late, and I don't know if they're gonna do that here, but I don't know. I hope not. I hope they lead into the dark undertones and let it actually play out that way. But
Yeah, I mean, I think that would at least be the bright side of it if
Yeah.
it can keep that.
yeah, I agree. Alrighty, let's get into some scores so that we can move on to the spoilers. Score 1 out of 10. I don't know. What are you feeling? Because I'm not sure.
I'm sitting at like a 5.
Okay, all right. I'll go 5 as well because like I said, ladies and gentlemen, it's intriguing enough to me to want to watch more and try to find out where this goes, but I wasn't blown away. It's like you said, pretty average, run of the mill
Yeah.
Marvel show. So, do you think there's potential in there for it to be good? Like, do you think if they were to lean into the dark tones and whatnot, do you think it could end up being pretty good?
Yeah, I mean, I still foresee like possibilities of it getting a lot more exciting and stuff. And I mean, there's a lot that happens in this first episode, but it just seems like, at least for right now, it just seems
Seems like
kind
they're
of
baiting
kind of
us.
bland. Yeah.
Seems like they're baiting us. Cause that so oh we'll save that for the spoilers. But all right. You got our scores, ladies and gentlemen. You got our spoiler-free content. If you haven't watched this show yet, I'd say give it a watch. I mean, there's other things out there on streaming platforms that probably would be a higher priority to watch right now. But if you're looking for 45 minutes of time fill, I wouldn't say don't watch it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, it's
It's not awful or anything.
no, it's not.
So if you got nothing to watch,
Yeah,
just
check it out. You might enjoy it. I don't know. All right, we're gonna dive into some spoilers. So if you guys have not seen it, go check it out first. Watch the 45 minutes, then come back and we'll work our way through the events of the first episode together. Ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna serve as your official
spoiler alert.
All right. So, one thing I wanted to talk about for sure is the supposed big bad villain of this series, which is Gravik, right? The leader of I don't even know what their organization is called, but the Free Scrolls,
Whatever, yeah.
whatever that, like,
Rebellion.
So I actually really like him. I like the character or the actor that they picked for him. And I like the ominous tones around him, and especially at the end when things do not go well for the good side, we'll call it.
Yeah.
I liked it. I don't know. I liked his casting and his character so far. What about you? Did you like him?
Yeah, I mean his character seems good and stuff. In fact, I would say most of the characters seem good in their own right.
Uh-huh.
I just like this show. My biggest problem is the scrolls themselves, and then the former agency, I guess, or just whatever. I don't know what you call them now, but
Yeah, I don't think they're Shield anymore.
well, I know they're not, but they're the remaining members of
Yeah.
or high end members of Shield. So whatever this collective is called,
I don't know
those
either,
people
because Fury was
that's
on
where I have an
Saber,
issue.
which is like a out or atmospheric defense system
Moon base
base
thing
that
yeah.
we know nothing about,
Yeah, which is
which kind of sucks because it sounds epic.
I mean, I don't know what it. I mean, obviously it's a defense thing, but it's like, what is it? What does it
Yeah, I
do?
don't know.
What is it supposedly supposed to stop? Like,
Well, I think the idea is to protect us against otherworldly threats, but like,
what is it?
yeah, well,
Come
how?
on, bro.
How? Like
We barely
we
we barely
barely-
survive as it is,
yeah.
and you think you're gonna build this space that's supposed to stop that?
The last otherworldly threat that came through a time portal or like a it didn't come from outer space. Like Thanos
Right, like,
came through.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, like I don't know how you protect against that, but
even if it's in outer space, like, bro, they could just come from a different direction. There's so many angles. Like,
it's a sphere, it's a circle,
it's a rotating circle too. It's like, what are you stopping, bro?
Yeah, like give us some more explanation of this Saber space station that is supposedly supposed to be able to protect us from other world threats. Because I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I don't know if it's
Unless
comic
it's like
book canon.
shooting. It's like this cannon that shoots Supermen. Like, I don't know what did you do?
Superman. Yeah, I don't know, and I don't understand. Like, I don't know. So, like I said in the spoiler-free content, there's a lot of stuff that I just don't remember why it is the way it is. I don't remember why Nick Fury doesn't like Earth anymore. Like, I know that he had a rough time with the way that the Avengers ended and whatnot.
That was something I thought was weird too.
But he was like
constantly like,
"Oh, you were never supposed to. Like you said, you were never going
the
to come
same
back
after the blip and blah blah blah." I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I mean, everybody was different after the blip, but
not only that,
I don't think that's what they mean by that.
When did we see him after the blip? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't remember anything. I don't know. This is kind of my biggest issue because I haven't figured out whether or not it or how it affects the show, because I don't understand the importance of that. I don't remember Talos.
I don't either.
Because I watched Captain Marvel, didn't really care for the movie, thought it was a subpar Marvel movie for the time.
Was he not part of like any other like shows or anything?
I think he's in Captain Marvel.
That movie?
I think so.
Oh.
And that's another question that I have for you and for the audience as well, is like, is there anything else that has come out that directly ties into this other than Captain Marvel? Because I don't remember the Skrulls really in anything else.
I don't either. It was like and that's a big issue with the Skrulls. It's like, I don't remember, other than like maybe physically seeing one at some point, but they don't ever do anything. It's like, now I have to believe that Skrulls are this like super powerful, like unstoppable, because they can basically turn into anything race. But where the fuck were they this entire time?
They said that, there's a small group living on Earth, but apparently there's hundreds of them living on Earth.
It seems like a pretty large
and
group.
It seems like there's more like coming all the time. And they're like you said, they're supposedly like, not only just can they shapeshift, but they're like physically stronger than us too. Like,
and they can just steal like anything basically.
Yeah,
they can look at you and touch you. Your entire existence is now theirs.
Right. And that should have.
I feel like
it could
that kind of makes everything in the past really weird, because it's like, if they were here,
what were they doing?
Why wouldn't they be doing that stuff already?
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, now you should never know what anything is at any point going on.
Well, so that's what I'm kind of like wondering, is where are they taking this, right? Because one, I remember from Captain Marvel that Fury and Carol Danvers, they promised the Skrulls that they were going to find them a new home because their home got destroyed or something like that. I can't remember exactly what, but they promised that they were going to find them a new home. And now we're seeing that the effects of it taking too long, right? There's now a rebel sect of Skrulls that are taking matters into their own hands.
Which, if that's the case, like, that must be a very, very long time.
What do you mean?
Well, in order for somebody to have like an uprising, like, it must have been a significant amount of time since.
Well, it's been like 30 years since the Skrull, because Captain Marvel took place like in the 80s. I think
That's
like
pretty short
the
though.
events of it, but
Well, I don't know what their lifespan is like too. So,
I don't know either.
but if they're this powerful, I gotta
But
imagine it's pretty long.
it's confusing because they went through all of these events that we saw in all of the other Marvel movies and were nowhere to be seen, nowhere to be found, had no effect in anything. And at the same time, it's like, okay, if they can beat anybody, like literally anybody, who from the past 30 Marvel movies that we have, or the past 4 phases of the MCU, who were Skrulls? Or were any of them Skrulls?
Right.
Like, did they play a part in any of it? Like, is the president a Skrull? I don't know. Like, I wouldn't be surprised.
Turn into some GI Joe stuff.
No, but that's what I mean. It's like, okay, so like, you're painting these guys you're giving these guys such a high power index, and expecting us to believe that they had no part in any of the things that have happened in the MCU previously.
Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't add up to me, and
well,
what
I
I'm
can
hoping,
see it adding up, but it's just going to be a results that I absolutely don't
yeah,
like.
where they're gonna retrograde everything and be like, oh,
Everything was
Captain America was a Skrull the whole time,
Yeah.
and that's why he's so fucking Macho Man. It wasn't the serum; it was that he was a Skrull. I would probably light everything on fire if that happened.
Yeah, I think if something that serious would happen,
the fan
would
base would lose their minds.
absolutely
Yeah.
never touch a Marvel thing again.
Yeah, the fan base would lose their minds if that happened. No, but I could definitely see them like trying to retroactively be like, oh, this person in this scenario was a Skrull, and that's
Yeah.
why they were successful at whatever it is that they did,
For
or
sure.
that it's going to turn out that there's not just couple hundred Skrulls on Earth, that there's like thousands of them, and they're integrated into society way more than the humans ever thought, and then it's going to become this huge thing of like, okay, now we have a species war for control of Earth.
Which there is I mean, I don't really know a whole lot about it. I just remember seeing something about it. There's like the Skrull Avengers version, so like they take over like all the identities and stuff
Oh.
of the Avengers, and
Really?
they have their. I mean, they don't try to be them, but like they just
They
or
take
try to
over their
like
role.
to do
As
whatever
the
their
Avengers of the Earth.
sabotage
Oh.
stuff.
That's a comic that you
I
saw?
think so, yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know that one.
And I think they're supposed to be like them fighting versus the real Avengers or something. I don't know.
I don't know. According to this,
But this is supposed to not have anything to do with the comics, so.
yeah, well, according to this website, there is comic precedence, and it's supposed to be a sequel to Captain Marvel and Spider-Man: Far From Home. Far From Home is the one with Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio, right?
I
In
think so.
Italy
Because I never watched it.
or somewhere in Europe. I don't know. I wish that Marvel would be like, hey, this show is coming out next week. You need to watch this, this, and this in order to like have a knowledge of some of the things that are going to be happening in this TV show, so that you're not just completely lost in the sauce.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anything should require that. I think if it does, that's generally just means it's either really niche or bad,
Bad storytelling.
because you shouldn't have to watch anything to at least get a grasp of what the story you're trying to tell.
Yeah. I mean, I get a grasp of what they're trying to tell. It's just that there's so many pieces of the puzzle that I don't understand why they're important. Like, I don't remember Gaia at all.
Nope.
I don't think she's part of, like, I don't think we ever saw her before, but I think she's mentioned by name before. So I don't know who the hell that lady that Nick Fury went to see is.
Oh, the like
The
other
British
boss lady.
whatever. Yeah, I don't know who the hell she is. I don't even know if she's a Skrull or a human or what.
No, I think she's a human, because he talks about how she's like really, really hates Skrulls.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. See, I don't know who that is. And then they go and they take a legacy character like Mariah Hill and kill her. But at the same time, like, is she dead?
Killer.
Yeah. I mean, but this is what I was talking about in the spoiler-free section of, like, okay, this is where the line is of, okay, are you guys going to lean into the dark undertones and actually have death finality in this show where Mariah Hill should be dead, like she got shot in the stomach and died before our eyes? Or are you gonna do your Marvel thing and pull some kind of bullshit that she was a Skrull the whole time, and so that she, like, all the way dating all the way back to the beginning of the Avengers and all that stuff, and she survived because Skrull anatomy is different or whatever? Or are you
I don't know, because that's another stupid thing about the Skrulls is they're so powerful and they have all these abilities, but you shoot them and they still die.
Which, I mean, I don't know. They got it. I guess they can't make them ridiculously powerful, otherwise then there would be like no explanation that you could make for them not being a part of anything.
Like the amount of destruction they do in this episode, but then they like punch is it Nick Fury? Yeah, they have the fight with him and Talos are fighting the guys.
In the art museum or whatever.
Bro, if you can like casually rip off like metal things that are like locked and secured, or bust down walls, or any of that.
Throw a guy through a pillar.
Yeah. But Nick Fury just took a fucking punch at whatever age he is, and doesn't just die immediately. It's kind of ridiculous.
You're right. It is ridiculous that Nick Fury would be able to at whatever age he's at. He does look old in this show.
He's meant to be old, right?
Yeah, so. And everybody is like shitting on him. You know, like, this is, I don't know. This is another one of those things that is like, why are we shitting on Nick Fury? Like,
well, I understand it in this case because he, like I said, in the beginning he's intentionally acting weak and like weird or shitty, but then later on, when he's like, yeah, I'm just fucking around. Like, I was just trying to present this image so that everybody thinks I'm no longer a threat and I'm just an old man and blah 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 blah. So after that, I was like, oh, it's fine. Because in the beginning, I was like, whoa, like, what the fuck happened to Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah, why are we shitting on the guy that is responsible for saving the world many, many times? Because without him, there would be no Avengers.
But yeah.
So Mariah Hill should be dead. It seems like Emilia Clarke's character, Gaia, she's the daughter of Talos, right? And her and Talos had this scene of Talos telling her that her mother is dead. And it seemed like she was going to come back to the light side. But I don't think she did. I think, right? Because I think that in the final scene, the bags that she was carrying that she said she was going to mark were just decoys.
Well, I'm assuming it's because she does want to be. She did do what she said she was going to do. Yeah. But Yavik is just smarter than her and caught her.
2 steps ahead.
Yeah. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah. So do you think we're headed for one of those, like, I know you're a double agent, but I'm not going to.
Oh, she's going to die. Out. I expect Yavik at some point to kill her.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though she's played by a, like, big name Emilia Clarke.
Yeah, especially.
All right. I mean, I'm for it. Like I said, I want to see these dark undertones. I want to see something different from.
It's either that or Talos is gonna die in front of her, so something like that.
And then she turns to the. That's her. Like,
she basically like replaces her dad.
Yeah, I could see that. That seems more realistic to me from a Marvel. Yeah. Production, that seems more realistic.
I'll say too, it's kind of weird to see Ben Mendelsohn do a low
I don't
voice,
like it.
Bro.
I don't like it.
I can still tell it's him, but it's like you're purposely doing a low voice.
All I can think of, or all I can think to myself is, no. You're Commander Krennic. I don't know who you think you are right now, but you're not.
You might be cosplaying right now,
but you're not. Okay, you're Commander Krennic.
And the jackass from Ready Player One.
Yeah.
And
like,
you're the loser in the Dark Knight, all right?
Yeah. Like, you don't get to play
You
I
got
know
your
that's
neck snapped by Bane, and it was cool and it was awesome.
like I know we try not to typecast in Hollywood, but like you were so great in those roles. Why are you trying to be a good guy now?
Yeah, I do like him as a villain.
I love him as a villain. I think there's just some people that just have that kind of face and that like they're just kind of made for it, you know?
Yeah.
Like
I mean, I don't mind him as Talos in this, but I'm just talking specifically the voice. It's just weird to me.
you
to
can hear him trying to change it so that it's yeah. I just keep waiting for him to yell out, "No, this is my achievement, not yours." I love him as an actor, though. He's
he is a great actor.
He's a great actor. Did you know Martin Freeman's character was not not the actual Martin Freeman guy? Did you know he was a scroll in the beginning when he's talking to the sleep like the?
Oh, I couldn't tell. I figured one of them was because just the whole theme of the show,
right?
And then I never well, it's basically whenever they actually start like fighting is when I was like, oh, well, he must be a fucking fake. But thinking back, it's like, oh, okay, the language they trade or exchange also like adds to the fact because he never like when he's trying to like explain what's going on, it doesn't sound convincing enough for his character,
Yeah,
because he only says like very generic things that are related, but it's like
it didn't seem like he was knowledgeable about.
And then I guess this is just me stretching because I think about Shield that way, but like him being alone and like not with any help or anything was kind of weird.
At the level that he's supposed to be at,
right? Like he's a super high level person, so I was like, oh, that's kind of strange for you to like do that on your own. And it's not like as you're doing it because like Captain America's like, hey bro, like I just need to talk to you real quick or something.
Yeah,
it's just this random dude that's, I mean, he's part of the organization, but
yeah,
he's a known like fucking
crazy man.
Yeah, crazy dude. Even though he's right.
He was right. Maybe we should start listening to crazy people more.
Well, that's the thing. It's funny, right? Like at the time, like in the present, everybody's like, "Oh, that person's crazy," and then down the line, they're like, "Oh shit, they were right." And it happens over and over and over and over again. It's just how it is.
We all need to do drugs and listen to crazy people.
I mean, not all of them do drugs, but
I didn't say they all do drugs. I said we all need to do drugs and listen to
everybody does do drugs. It's just maybe you need to do different drugs.
The two are not mutually exclusive. Right? I don't know. Where do you see it going in the next episode?
The next episode?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Maria Hill just supposedly died, so I imagine that's going to be a big factor in like fucking up the whole planning and everything. Yeah. So they're gonna have to figure that out, and then they're gonna get some new developments that are like also intertwining. And they're like, "Oh my god, this is all connected!" And it's just.
Do you think there's any chance of them incorporating the Inhumans into this?
What are the Inhumans?
From Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., all the powered humans.
I don't know what that is, so I have no idea.
It
just sounds like mutants to me.
Yeah, basically, they're basically mutants. They go through. Oh man, what's it called? I think it's called Genesis or something.
It's like some kind of like man-made thing.
No, well, see, it's been a long time since I've watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I actually really enjoyed it. The main character, Quake is her superhero name, where she can like vibrate stuff, and she can create these massive earthquakes and stuff, and just kind of nuts. She's kind of insane.
Sounds like more problems.
Yeah, well, so it would create a lot of like, it would create a lot of like problems within the MCU of like, okay, well, who the hell are where the hell were these people?
Yeah.
You know, like,
That's
'Cause-
that's what happens when everything has to be connected. It's like,
yeah,
well, how does that work?
right.
But
Yeah.
you know,
I don't remember like how they go through. I think it's Terragenesis. I think is the right word, but it's like this
this is like
crystal thing that turns into
metamorphosis kind of
yeah,
phase.
it turns into a mist, and then if you're somebody that has the gene in you, when you go through that mist, then you come out with some kind of powers. Everybody is different. There's
It
people with
sounds like
it's legitimately mutants. Like
well, I mean, yeah,
it
but
is,
it
but they
sounds
have
like
to have some kind of
it
catalyst.
sounds like the event is this basically no different than the what's that other lady with Marvel powers, purple. She just
Purple.
walks through Scarlet
Oh.
Witch's field and magically has powers.
I know the one of the Marvels,
Yeah.
the African American lady. I don't remember her name.
Yeah, I forget her name.
It's Agent something or something. I don't know. Kind of. Yeah. I think. I see her situation. I don't know anything about it. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me at all.
Yeah, I mean, it just sounds the same because it's like
There's a catalyst. Yeah.
magic field,
Yeah.
walk through powers.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. This one, there's like 5 seasons of Agents of Shield, so there's a lot of time for them to kind of build the story and whatnot. Ultimately, the ending is that the girl Quake is supposed to be like the destroyer of Earth because she ends up creating such a big earthquake that she shatters the Earth in half.
Well, yeah, that's not surprising.
But she doesn't or something. I don't know. I don't remember how it ends. It's been a long time. But that's where we get to see the most badass version of Ghost Rider because they bring Ghost Rider into that, and that Ghost Rider is like that is who Ghost Rider is supposed to be.
Nah, bro, Nick Cage.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Nick Cage.
Not only is Nick Cage Ghost
Rider. Okay, no. We're not talking about that. We're not going there. We're not. We can talk about that off air, but I'm not starting anything. I'm not going to talk about anything about the Flash on air.
The picture of him.
Not happening.
I didn't even know that was a thing until I saw that. I was like, wow.
Did you read the story about why that's
no, but I don't know anything about it. But it's like that's so fucking amazing.
I'll tell you off air because I don't want to get into that.
I thought that was fake too because I remember seeing it. I was like, that can't be real.
Okay, so I want to know if they're going to end up in this because there's been a lot of talk about whether or not they're going to bring Inhumans into the MCU and whatnot. And this seems like the right place because in Marvel's Agents of Shield, I think they deal with Skrulls a lot. Like the Inhumans fight Skrulls a lot and stuff. So it would make.
Are they like their own thing, or do they work together?
The Inhumans.
Yeah. Or is it like the Skrulls, where some of them do?
Yeah, it's kind of like the Skrulls because there's like a
gang wars.
There's like basically there's like a higher community of Inhumans that live in the like clouds or something that
clouds.
It's like they live in like this place that not everybody can get to. Like it's not like a human could just walk there.
The fucking Fortress of Solitude.
Like, yeah, kind of like I'm talking out of my butt here because it's been a long time since I've watched this stuff, so I'm probably getting a lot of stuff wrong. But there's different parts, and then a lot of Agents of Shield is the Inhumans that are good, like Quake and the other people that work with her. They are part of Shield, and they're Agents of Shield that go and either protect Inhumans that are being perpetrated against, or sometimes there's bad Inhumans that are trying to do bad shit, and so they have to go fight them and defeat them. And there's a lot of different stuff, but the Inhumans there's a lot of different versions of them.
Okay, so just great value X-Men.
Yes, basically. It's in fact like I don't think you could have both. Like it would just be weird because they're basically the same thing. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. So, but yeah, we'll see if those guys make any kind of appearance.
Is Ghost Rider supposed to have his own thing?
I don't know, because we've talked about it on the channel before, the whole Midnight Suns
Right.
thing, and I'm hoping that they're doing that
Be
because
cool, but it's like I don't think they've announced anything about it, right?
I don't
so,
know.
like it would be like a far.
It'd have to be far in advance.
far.
And to be honest, if they do a Ghost Rider, I kind of hope, like, I love Nick Cage, but I kind of hope they use the Agents of Shield Ghost Rider because it was so good.
I can't imagine they would use Nick Cage just
No,
because
but-
of the age thing, and for one,
It was so
but
good, dude.
I love
He was-
Nick Cage Ghost Rider, and also like just the motorcycle Ghost Rider.
Yeah, well, he drives
he-
a
He's like
muscle car.
Yeah, he has like a
Charger.
Is it Charger,
I think
something
so.
like that, or a Challenger, one of the two.
I think he drives a bike here and there too, but there's this one scene in one of the episodes where the Inhumans are like they're trying to defeat this like super all powerful guy, and the only way to defeat him is to like push him into the space that exists between universes. So like, you know, like how if you were to travel from universe to universe, a lot of times you go through like woo, and then there's
Yeah.
like space, right? So the only way to defeat him would be to push him out of the space-time continuum, and he would just be non-existent, right? So they build this machine and this device to create a portal for him to go out of, but the portal doesn't go anywhere; it just empties into space. And they're fighting him, and they're trying to push him in there, and he ends up, you know, doing some cool shit to like beats everybody up, right? And
Yeah.
it seems like all hope is lost, and they're like, "Well, fuck, we lost." Everybody's like basically dead or broken, and then the dude is like standing like 10 feet out from the portal. And all you see is a chain of fire come through the portal, grab the dude by the neck, and yank him into the portal. And then the portal closes, and then it cuts. And then afterwards, like a couple scenes later, you see them open the portal back up, and Ghost Rider walks out, and like they're like, "Oh, thank you for saving us," and this and that. It was like an epic moment of just watching Ghost Rider yank the dude into the.
I mean, it's a weird introduction for him.
That's not the introduction.
Oh.
No, the introduction is way before. This is like after Quake defeats Ghost Rider, like they end up in a stalemate because she can't kill him because he's
I mean,
Ghost Rider.
He's
So he's
not really alive.
yeah, he's you can't really kill Ghost Rider, and then they kind of like go their separate ways. And he's an anti-hero esque kind of thing, and then he pops up here and there throughout the series, and that's why it was so awesome, because at the end, like, this is one of the final episodes and one of the final bosses, and for him to just like grab him, because I think he hits him with the chain, pulls him, and then like you see him grab him by the neck, and just his face like peeks out of the portal, and then he drags him into the
That's pretty
space.
cool.
It was sick.
I mean, I love Ghost Rider, so
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what did you guys think of the first episode of Marvel's Secret Invasion? Are you guys excited about the show? What are your thoughts? Let us know down in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you guys. Just want to say thank you guys for all the love and support. It's been an awesome week. A lot of views, a lot more followers. Like, we're about to break 80 followers, which is insane. And honestly, like, every time I look and I see more followers, it just adds so much more motivation for us to continue doing this, and really does make it worth it. I know we keep saying that all the time, but it's because it's true. You guys make doing this worth it with all of the support you guys show us. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. Please like, subscribe, comment, share with a friend. Check out our social media as well as the other shows here on Any Kind Media, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
bye, guys.